Often there are questions about supporting children with Tourette syndrome in school. And school is a major domain in children's lives. There are strategies and advice about how to support children with Tourette syndrome and how parents and teachers can help. We need to be aware of some of the potential problems that children with Tourette syndrome might face in school. So as well as having tics, they may have specific difficulties with certain subjects, reading, writing or maths, and they could benefit from supports that are already in place in terms of support for executive functioning, with planning and organising. But tics can interfere with learning and they can add extra challenges. When someone is trying not to tic or suppress or control their tics in a classroom setting, this can have a big impact on their attention, as they're concentrating so hard on controlling their tics. They might miss instructions, for example, at the front of the class, or they might be far less likely to put their hand up to ask questions, or they might be uncomfortable reading in front of the class. There may be instances where teachers or school staff might mistake tics for rude behaviour, such as if someone has an eye-rolling tic. So good communication with the school is really important so that the young person can explain what tics they have and how they would like to handle situations in the class when tics happen. And certainly we should never punish someone for their tics. At school and in the classroom, children may be actively suppressing and they might not want to disturb the class, or they might feel anxious about ticking in front of other peers, and they potentially don't want to be teased or bullied for having tics. So a whole school approach in terms of understanding and acceptance of neurodiversity is really the best approach. And this includes Tourette syndrome. Be mindful of social issues such as difficulties making friends, being excluded or bullied. These can lead to a young person feeling isolated, withdrawn, anxious or angry. Discuss with the child and the family extra accommodations that could be made in terms of support for them. This could be a whole range of different items, such as giving a laptop to a child instead of asking them to write if they have difficulties with tics, or giving them more time in exams, or even a separate room so they can sit exams on their own without disturbing others and get on with the exam. It might be having a flexible timetable so that they could come in early to class or leave slightly later. The best thing is to discuss with the child themselves what accommodations and what support they would like from you as a teacher, or how they would like to handle tics in situations in classrooms. Another important aspect is inspiring people with examples of people who have Tourette syndrome. There are more and more people coming forward to talk about having Tourette syndrome, and we have great examples of famous and successful people who can be role models for young people with Tourette syndrome. Billie Eilish, Casper Lee, Seth Rogen or Lily Pons. A really important message is that tics are very common and should not hold you back in life. If you find your tics are difficult or painful, that you would like support, there is medication or behavioural therapy available. The support groups exist, and organisations like the ADHD Foundation Neurodiversity Charity provide information, training and support. So remember, you are not alone.